Don't be alarmed. Just so you know, we haven't built it. Yet. Probably. Maybe we have. Maybe we've built the old swing hanging from the tree in your backyard. Maybe we've built the barbecue on the concrete patio just to the left of your screen door. Or maybe a Siberian tribe dropped you on the porch of a Russian orphanage and we've built that. But if we haven't, we're going to. If you're asking yourself how, the answer is simple, really. Worldwide map data. Your house is on it, and so is mine. Minecraft developers figured out a way to convert real-life topography into Minecraft topography. So that hill your house is on, it's already there. We just have to build the building. Now this is more or less difficult depending on what your house looks like. If you've got a fleet of plants and trees obscuring your house from the view of the public street, we can do the best we can, but many doors, windows, perhaps even the entire house could be off the radar. But what is prompting us to do this? Why would we do it? Getting so moved by the universe of a video game with immense proportions isn't some frontier event that no one knows about anymore. People have been inspired by Skyrim, Minecraft, hell, even Spider-Man 2 with its insanely ambitious New York replica map done in 2003, that it's no surprise when people choose to spend most of their lives living in it. And given that the immense scale of Minecraft has moved so many of us from such a deep place, it's inevitable that our hopes and dreams manifest into a desire to collectively spend a chance, just one chance, to just this once, solidify the human effort of so many souls into a single bar of burning rage that transforms Terra 1-to-1 landscape into the real world before our eyes. Our existence living on this beautiful planet is such a fucking miracle that the least we could do is be the first to ever fully replicate it onto the virtual space, the next frontier, to leave a mark on the most important game in human history to date, so that it proves incredible value and understanding of our current culture to future generations. Or at least that's how some people seem to feel about it. I personally think it would be really cool. The idea of your house existing in a Minecraft replica of the entire Earth makes the feeling of feelings feel crazy, but some people might be horrified by the idea. What if you don't want us to build your house? You can actually blur your house out in Google Street View. A good idea if you're growing pot, cheating on your wife, or don't want robbers to obtain information about your home. Granted, we've still got satellite imagery in 3D, so we'll still be able to build something that somewhat resembles your home, probably not as well as you could. You could probably close your eyes and do it entirely from scratch, including the interior. You could do that for the houses you grew up in. Building your house in this project could be a lot like completing a circle between the real world and the model of the world inside your head, with one of its locations your brain is most familiar with, but people are scared. Doing this anywhere, on any Build the Earth server other than single player on your computer, could give people vital personal information that could lead to personal attacks from deranged lunatics online. And as we move deeper into a tribalistic world where personally attacking someone on the basis of your own sense of vindicated moral righteousness is encouraged more and more, protecting your private data is more important than ever. There are a couple ways you could mitigate this. One is to build houses you previously lived in, but that doesn't totally protect you. Another thing you could do is build the surrounding neighborhoods. The neighborhoods that surround your neighborhoods, build all the way to Main Street. Hide your residence in fully completed Build the Earth terrain. Build your own hometown. The farther you push it, the more anonymous your actual completed house is. This seems to be the most effective possible strategy you could implement if you want to build your house publicly right now. But upgrades to buildtheearth.net look promising. There's talk of plot systems that will stretch beyond New York, and I could easily see a private mode being implemented where people cannot teleport to you or see where you are. Under these conditions, building your house could be completely safe, but we still want you to build your neighborhood as well. Otherwise, I would have to do it. You know how fucking bad it's gonna suck shit if you make me do that? So people want to build their homes, but they're scared. Maybe you want to too, but you feel the same way. Being able to do it on single player, going balls deep into the Build the Earth experience and building your entire town, or waiting for the network to be able to enable everyone to do this safely are good alternatives. But interestingly enough, everyone's built differently in terms of who they are. And some people just simply aren't bothered by this. They're fearless. A great example of that is PewDiePie. We built Gothenburg 1-to-1 scale. A lot of progress in the downtown area, and we almost built PewDiePie's entire neighborhood. Granted, this was a house that he no longer lived in, but it's still his house. With everything we explained regarding hardship in working on this event during the video, and all the hurdles, it seemed like the project was cursed, but it had a pretty good payout.
We built Gothenburg, Felix's hometown, 1-by-1 scale in Minecraft. That looks sick. Whoa! That's my house. What? That's so trippy. Holy shit.
Funnily enough, we were actually interested in getting him involved in this video as a collaboration. I remember sending him an aggressively titled email that was something like, "We're going to build your house," which sounds equally strange and alarming if you were going through your email, which is what we were going for, of course, explaining everything in the body of the email in hopes of a response. We never got one. I'm not surprised, it's PewDiePie. But for everything we went through to get that video out, the look on Pew's face when he saw the cinematic where we pass around his house made it worth it to everyone. And that's what inspires us so much to do this. There's nothing like that emotional reaction of seeing something as familiar as the house you live in represented in a video game. Seeing something you've seen thousands of times again for the first time. Experiencing a real-world location in a video game that you've never actually been to before is actually quite a common experience. I played Spider-Man 2 and web-slung around that 2003 version of a full 1-to-1 scale Manhattan before I actually visited New York in real life. Whether it's video games or intense research, arriving somewhere that you have so much prepared knowledge about brings a strange sense of completeness to the experience, as if it was an inevitable journey of coming home. Putting your house in its place among the entire Earth in Minecraft is the mirror of that experience, like adding your puzzle piece to the greater picture of the entire Earth in Minecraft that will mean so much to so many people. As Carl Sagan says, all of history before we were here and all of our lives took place here. History is being made not just in a figurative sense. We're literally building history. Every brick of every house has a 100,000 year history of human civilization behind it in terms of how it eventually got there, along with every book, every park, and every home. Build yours in Minecraft in order to put yesterday into the now for a future of tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright guys, so here's what's up. With all this talk of building your house, I felt that I would be a hypocrite if I did not do the same thing. So we're gonna build my house, all my childhood memories, right here, 1-to-1 scale in Minecraft. Okay, so we're looking at it would definitely be white quartz for this building. Probably a mix with maybe something a little dirtier. We'll put in the mix though, after the walls stand. Or more preferably, when we're done with the entire building. There it is. It's hiding this entire time. Really bringing back the memories. Okay, we're making a point. Area's finally prepped and ready. God, I'm so excited. Oh, that's actually quite good. Those are acceptable outlines to me. Loosey-goosey. We need some height measurements here. Turns into like just the second floor here. Yeah, very interesting layout. I'm sorry, what I mean to say is I've lived here all my life and I'm very familiar with these dimensions. Looks like this side goes 8 meters up. I knew that. I would always take a tape measure when I was a kid. You know, this was my mother's garden, and here's where we would here's where we would get the cow, the milk. Mother's milk. This is where my dad would work. We had the workers' quarters upstairs. Yeah, that looks more like home. The bird stains and everything. Would you look at that? Our building shapes coming together. The is this? Like, what is this? I mean, no, I remember planting this tree on Mother's Day. I remember the chickens came home to roost that day, and they put this big ass bush here. This big ass bush. I know, the perfect skull for those roof thingies. Looks like there's like doors and windows here. We can't exactly, I mean, I remember perfectly exactly how this is from memory because I grew up here, in case I didn't make that clear before. I'm a top-down kind of guy. We finished the roof first. Now we're gonna do the other stuff. Let's start with this greasy, gross, no, it's beautiful. It's my childhood home. The rust brings back so much nostalgia. God, I'm just a machine. You look at this. I start something and my brain's like, I don't want to do it. But then eventually I get to this point where I just become this just force and I just don't stop until it's done. No matter how large, no matter the scale. I guess that's what started all this in the first place. Oh my God, there's dogs here. So cute. Hey, buddy. Hey, this is really coming along here. I remember looking out these second story windows, wishing for, you know, I want adventure in the great white somewhere. I want it more than I can tell. Okay. All right, but I love you, buddy, but you're in the way, man. Come on, Wolfie. Your foster parents are dead. It's the month of June, you know what that means. Allergies. I want adventure in the great white somewhere. I want it more than I can tell. From my experience here, you know, taking a look now at this building, it's just way too clean. We're gonna have to dirty it the up. Oh, we actually have street view. Yes, it's just how I remember. It's so beautiful. That's where my bedroom was. I actually really I fucking love buildings like this. They are so cool. Now that I'm seeing this, right, with my own eyes, I'm kind of wishing that I spent more time on this and made it accurate. The one thing that's really fucking it up is the terrain. This whole corridor here is just way too freaking high. One more thing I want to kind of do here is really get the mix of this building right. It's dirty as shit. Awesome. I mean, it's a great start to a really underrated building. I really wish I could have spent more time on this. This is like one of the most interesting properties I've come across, but it's just so difficult with the terrain not being correct. But if I could build my childhood house in Minecraft, I mean, if I have the strength and courage to do it, then you probably should too, at least on single player. It's okay, kitty. I know, I'm yelling and you're like, what's up? Are you okay? I love that you care.